We are done with the introduction of the different ingredients and all that. As you can see, these are the two different species of okra I talked about, finely chopped. This is actually diced, not finely chopped, almost like cubes. Now this is the native one. I said this is harvested in our land, Akwa Ibom State. Now this other one is the one I said could be Benue and all of that. And then you remember I said this one is more drawy than this one and it's more tender than this one. Now it's your choice. You could be mixed or this way. And remember I talked about temperature. Okay. Now this is the cow tongue I talked about and the intestine. Remember I introduced you to the hairy part. Back in this part of Africa is actually called towel. Now it's mixed with the tongue. Now this is the tongue. Remember, all cholesterol should be taken off. Now these are the two different species of periwinkle, of course the onion, and of course the crayfish. I told you you need a little amount. Too much of this makes it stodgy. So we are going to be using half of this. Now this is the leaf, chopped, not too little, not too big. Okay, this is the one I said it's Odusa in our dialect, the chili leaf. And the male one, remember I said there are two species, the male and the female. The male is very strong, it has a strong aroma. Now this is the usual the vegetable that we all know, and then stockfish. So here we go. Intestine, this stomach is already boiling. I boiled this first because it's so much harder than the tongue, so it's already in the pot, you know. So I'm gonna be adding this. Okay, for me the safest Maggi cube to use for now is Knorr. If you do not have access to country onions, there's something called country onion, purely organic, safe, that we use to get the taste that the Maggi, the Knorr seasoning gives us. But in a situation where you can't readily get that, you can use Knorr cubes because it has less amount of monoxide. Remember, we're talking about mindful cooking. It has to have a healthy relationship with your health. So remember, that was why I also said you need to add a bit of crayfish, not too much, so it can sweeten it, it can give you that taste that you need from the Maggi. So for this, I'm going to be using just 2 cubes of this for this pot of soup. You add the pepper as much as you want to. Salt, still improve on the taste. You mix. You cover to simmer down. Just a teeny little bit. We don't want our soup oil like moment you add the leaves, almost immediately as the okra, so that the texture remains fresh. See? So Amber's World seafood okra soup is ready. See it? It's drawing, you see? And thick. Now, depending on how thick you want it, you can add water. But usually, this is how we like it here. This is exactly how we like it here.